Hi, my name is Ranvijay. Today we will go with data structure in Scala. So we will browse through Scala in its interactive mode. So we will provide some command and we will expect some output in our command prompt. So how to launch this one? So first of all, go to window, press window icon on your keyboard, type CMD and open it in administrator permission. After that, you will see a window something like this. Give the command spark cell. Um, Prerequisite for this one, your system must have Spark version installed with Scala. So if your system does not have Scala installed on its Scala, then please browse to this link. I have already made a video how to install Spark Scala on your system. So you can find it on YouTube. Video will be something like this. Just go through step by step and you will able to install Scala on your system. Moving on. So to go through data structure, first of all we need to understand how can we declare a variable. So variable can be declared with the keyword var or var. So these are the two keywords. The difference between these two type of declaration is that with respect to var, reassignment is not allowed as it declares a variable in immutable way, whereas var declare a variable in immutable sense. Let's see on. Let's see how this thing work. We will copy this line of command, paste it over here in Scala. See, the name variable gets a value Ranvijay with the type string. I can reassign this value name equal to tech guy. Here you can see reassignment is not allowed since this has been declared with the keyword var. Uh, on the contrary, if we define a variable with the keyword var my name equal to Ranvijay and save it. A new variable will get created, my name with data type string and the value Ranvijay. If we want to reassign the value my name, it should get reassigned as it is a immutable type. Let's see, value got reassigned. On top of this, our Scala compiler can do variable type inference, which means you don't need to provide the data type of your variables. So even though if you don't provide the data type, what type of data is that? Suppose where my number equal to 5. In this line, we haven't provided what is the data type of my number. Even though Scala will interpret that this number value is of type int and it will say my name variable is assigned with data type int and with the value 5. After this, if we want to display what's the value of my number, then we can give the command println my number. And you can see you will get the value over here. So over here you can see it's just 5. Means the whatever the value of this variable, that's all. But if you want to display some extra message with this value, how can we do that? So that we can do println. We will give quotation mark over here, double quotes open and close. Inside that one we need to provide my number value is dollar sign my number. Since we are trying to substitute my number, so at the beginning of quotation, double quotes, we need to provide letter S. So we will move over here and provide S and hit enter. You can see my number value is 5 is being displayed. In case if you want to format your data, how can we do that? So let's say if we want to format the data, then instead of flag is, we need to provide if. And what kind of formatting we are trying to do over here. So let's see if we want to format my number value with preceding two digits of 0. So 0 will be the preceding number, and how many 0? 2. And what's the length of our my number is 1. So total length will be 3. So we will give 3. And what type of data is this one? Integer. So we will give D. And then press enter. Then we will see my number is 005. We intended to precede 20 and one size of the data, means total 3, which has been described over here. So this was just the formatting or how to display the value of your variables. Moving on, let's discuss what are the different types of data structure in Scala. The popular one are tuples, list, and map. Let's go through tuples. So tuples are immutable list with the one best index, which means if you are familiar with other programming language, normally a list starts index with the 0, 1, 2, 3, and so onward. But in case of over here, in case of a scalar, we have one best index. Let me explain you further. Let's declare a tuple. So syntax will be something like this: var variable name equal to open and closing bracket. Inside that, give different value of tuple data separated by comma. Let's execute in our Scala command line. So here we can see a Avengers variable has been declared with three data of data type string with the value Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Here we see all the data are homogeneous, but tuples provide us to input a heterogeneous type of data also. So to prove that, let's insert a integer value in one of the tuple. Let's see, does it work or not? We can see this tuple got assigned three string value and one integer. So we can say tuple do support heterogeneous type of data. If you want to print any specific value in tuples, suppose we want to print Doctor Strange from the Avengers tuple. So what's the index of Doctor Strange? Since tuples are one best index, Iron Man is one index, Spider-Man 2, Doctor Strange is 3 best. So how can we print or display Doctor Strange? So name of the tuple, which is Avengers, then we need to provide dot, then underscore, then what's the index? So for Doctor Strange, index position is 3. Press enter. We can see Doctor Strange is being displayed. There is another way to input a tuple data with the help of key value here. How can we achieve that one? So we can achieve like this with this syntax. var name of the tuple, key, then value. Press enter. You can see the Thor variable got assigned with the key, hometown, and the SCART. If you want to, if you want to trace the data, what has been inserted over here, we can go Thor dot underscore 1 for the key. Then we can see hometown is displayed. Thor dot underscore 2, which will represent the value. So we can see ASCII over here. And you can also execute inside the println. Since we are executing a Scala interactive mode, so we can directly see the value, what's the corresponding value for that variable. So if you want to display with the help of println, go with the println, right? Power dot underscore 1, and you will see its corresponding value displayed. Moving on, we have another type of data structure which is list. So list are mutable type of data structure. On the back end, list has been designed just like single linked list at the Scala level. This is zero based index. On the contrary, tuple was one based index. Just make a note of this one. Sometimes you might make or you might create a bug only due to this, as tuple is one based index and list is zero based index. How to create a list? So the syntax will go var name of the list equal to keyword list and give some data inside this one. So just add one more item inside this one, just keep Batman. So let's execute this one. Let's see what happened. So after executing this one, we can see a variable justice lake, which is a of type list with the data string got created with the value Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. So if we want to display what's data inside this list or at which index this data are, how can we check that? So we can use the command name of the variable or list justice lake open and close bracket and the index position. So for Superman, index position will be 1. As I told you earlier, list are zero based index. So Wonder Woman will be 0th position, Superman first, Batman second position. Let's print Superman. So I have done some mistake over here. Let's see. Justice spelling is wrong. Let's type again. Justice lake open close bracket with 2. We can see Batman because Batman is at index position 2. 0 for Wonder Woman, 1 for Superman, 2 for Batman. So for Superman it should be 1. So we have seen how to display a specific item in the list. So there are two more keywords in the list which are known as head and tails. So what does that do? So if you use justice lake dot head, you will see the very first item in your list, the Wonder Woman, which has been at the first position. If we use the keyword dot tail, so what does it do? It will display all the elements in the list except the very first one. The same we are seeing over here. Moving on. We have for loops in Scala. So the syntax will be like this. For, so the keyword hero over here can be anything, but this keyword justice league should be the name of your list. And this syntax should be smaller than sign minus. And in the block we can write println hero, as we want to display each items in the list. Let's execute this one. Copy paste this one. So we can see in Justice League, 3 items were there: Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. From here, we are fetching the data. So make a note of the syntax for Justice League. So Justice League will be the name of the list. This name can be anything, which is the each item iterated inside the list. And the same value, same variable can be referred over here. So it will represent the corresponding elements in the list. So we can get data over here. So apart from this, in interactive mode of Scala, we get a paste mode. So what does paste mode do? So paste mode, it gives us the option to write a block of code instead of just a single line of code. So till now we were executing just one line of command. So if we want to execute more than one line of command, we need to move into paste mode, or we need to move into the any type of IDE. So for right now we will stick with command prompt only. So to open a paste mode, colon paste enter. So it will allow you to type few line of codes or block of codes and then press Ctrl D and press enter. Then you will able to execute your block of codes. Let me show you how to do that. So suppose these are the block of codes. Just type it over here and press enter, then Ctrl D, it will get executed over here. So what will we see over here? So println bunch of stars, which has been printed over here. Then we have defined a variable count, which is mutable type. Then we have executed the for loop. Inside the for loop, we have incremented the counter, and then the last we are closing with the println bunch of stars, which has been shown over here. And about this section has been printed due to print line statement. So what does this do? List of heroes available colon hyphen, then we are escaping the line, then we are substituting the value of count declared earlier, and we are substituting the value of hero from the Justice League from here. And the same we can observe over here. Now moving on. So we have few inbuilt higher order function defined. Let's go one by one. So few are for each, filter, map, reduce, scan. So let's go with the for each. So for each comes in two flavor. One, name of the list dot for each. It iterate from the first element till the last element and do some operation on that one, on that item of the list. So here we are just printing DC hero and the hero name. As in our list, all the characters are from the DC universe. Other way is make use of index position of each item. That can be achieved with the keyword zip with index. So what does this zip with index does? It will give you the index position of each item in your list so that you can make some operation based upon index positioning. So here we are displaying at which index which superhero name is present. Let's display or let's execute this line of code. So how to write a bunch of block of code? We need to open a paste mode in our command prompt by typing colon paste, then paste the line of codes, then press enter, control D, it will execute. So here we can notice this line DC hero and the name of the heroes Wonder Woman, Superman and Batman. We can see over here, we can observe over here, and with the other one with the help of index zip with index we can observe DC hero at index and the name of the hero. So now we will see filter. Before filter, let me tell you this type of assignment is called anonymous function. So it's just a function declared where hero is the argument declared over here and this value has been used over here. So let me highlight the anonymous function. So this is the anonymous function. Same kind of function we will use repeatedly. So if you are coming from JavaScript background, this looks familiar as this is similar to arrow function over there. Let's check out filter. Filter also comes with the two flavor, with one with just the item in the list, another one is with the help of index using the keyword zip with index. Let me explain what filter does. So in the anonymous function, we will provide some condition. If that condition is being satisfied by that specific element in the list, that element will get added in the new list. And at the end of the iteration of the list, we will get a new list. So in this example, we have created a list, math list, and we are trying to filter data based upon the criteria item is, if the item is even, then move that item in the new list. So let's execute this code. Again, we need to open a paste mode. Enter control D, it will execute. We can see mat list. This was the original list declared over here. Then we have created a filter based upon the even number in this anonymous function and stored in new list, which we can observe over here. So new list got all the even numbers from the original list, and another one we have filtered based upon the index with the help of zip with index. So it has returned us all the elements based upon this condition. So what does this do? Each item is being checked, is it divisible by its index position plus 1. Now we will go to another higher order function map. So what does map do? So map will again traverse from the first element of the list to the last item of the list, and for each item in the list it will perform some operation. Or suppose, see over here you see 98542. If we want to create a new list with multiple, with twice of the original data, so let's copy this line. Let's see how this works. Mat list, control C, open in the paste mode. Original list, and then mat list dot map, argument will be, just keep item over here. We are writing the anonymous function over here, and what we want to return, we want to return item into 2, and close this anonymous function over here, closing bracket for the map, press enter, control D for its execution. We can see the new list has been created with twice of the original data. We have another flavor of the map, again that will give us the index position. So that again we can achieve with the help of zip with index. Notice the syntax. In case of zip with index, after map you will get curly bracket, while in the normal map it's the normal bracket. So just make a note of that one, that over here zip with index we will get curly bracket. Execute this line of code. In the paste mode, see, we get the data based upon the index positioning. This hero at index 0 is Wonder Woman, this hero at index position 1 is Superman, and at second position is Batman. We have another higher order function, reduce, fold, and scan. How does this work? So if you want to get the sum of all the elements in your list, then you can make use of any of these three. Let me execute this block of code and show you what this code is doing. See, so our list element was 98542. Check out, this will be the syntax. In case of this will be the syntax, list name dot reduce, open close bracket, inside that we will declare a anonymous function. That function will contains two arguments. The first argument is the total value, and the second argument is the item value in the list. So what we are trying to print over here, item in the list, we are printing the item number, item value, and the sum till this point of the item. So in the reduce, we see item in the list is 8, but over here we see 8 is the second number. So what does reduce do? Reduce by default starts its execution from the second position. So we can't execute reduce on a null list. So over here we can see the sum value. some value as we are returning item plus the total. So the initial value was 9. So the sum is 9 till this point. After that 9 plus 8 is 17. Then 17 plus 5 22. 22 plus 4 26. And 26 plus 2 28. So 28 got returned with the help of reduce. Then comes fold. Fold gives you the option to assign some initial value. So initial value we have provided 3. That's why you see 3 over here. Initial sum is 3 as we have provided. Let's see initial value is 3. Then first element is 9. Initial value or initial sum is 3. Then we move onward. 3 plus 9 12, 12 plus 8 20, 20 plus 5 25, 25 plus 4 29, and 29 plus 2 31. So sum one value is 31. Then we move to scan. Scan again does the same thing similar to fold, but difference is that fold returns single value while scan returns list of all the sums in each iteration. So in the first iteration we got 3, then 12, then 20, then 25, then 29, and at the last 31. So that we are observing over here with the scan. So these were few of the popular high order functions in Scala. Let's move on to methods. So we have few methods like reverse, sort, max, min, distinct. Let's go one by one. If you want to concat two lists, how can we do that? Let's take a list from the Marvel world and another list from the DC universe and combine these two superheroes from two different universes in single list. So that we can achieve by defining a variable name equal to first list plus plus and the second list. This 2 plus plus is intentional. This is intended to be. Let's execute this line. Again we will open in paste mode, Control D. We can see first list from the Marvel world, second list from the DC world, and the third list concatenation from both the universe. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. So this way we can concate two lists. If we want to reverse a list, we just need to use the keyword dot reverse. So how does that work? It's very simple. List name dot reverse. That will do the magic. Here we see list name dot reverse. Just give some time to system to respond. Control D for its execution. We see original list was Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and the reverse list is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Let's sort a list. Suppose you have a list 98885 like this. So we just need to sort with the keyword dot sorted, and it will do the magic for sorting. Control D will execute. You can see it has sorted our list in ascending order. Similarly, we can get distinct item in the list with the keyword distinct. and you can see all the duplicates item in the list has been removed from here. Another thing, if we want to get the max and min value in the list, then just we need to use listName.max or listName.min. Let's copy from here, open in paste mode, paste our line of codes, execute this. We get some error. Let's see what's the error of. Error not found value max. Paste. What's the mistake we are doing over here? Matlist.max. Let's execute one by one. Let's see what this is. And we have defined a mat list. Then we are using .max. It was fine. What was the mistake in the line? I can't see any difference. Let's ignore that one. And let's run this line. There was no error, I think. I'm not sure what was the error over there, but we can just achieve max and min in the list with this two, .max and .min. If you want to check a item is present in list or not, that can be achieved with the keyword contents. So since 90 was not present in our original list, so we see that is avail has been assigned a false value. Let's check which is present in our list, number 8. Let's see how does this behave. And we can see we are getting a value true as it is present in our list. We have covered few of the popular methods. Let's move on to another data structure called map. How to define a map? So map can be defined with the syntax with the keyword map, and it will assign the value based upon the key value. So Diana Prince is the key and its value is Wonder Woman. And we can separate two items in the map with the help of comma. And the second element will come. Peter Parker is a Spider-Man, its value is Spider-Man, and Clark Kent value is Superman. Let's execute this one. So we can see with the first line of code, we are getting the map over here. Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Clark Kent is Superman. But the second line, where we want to search from the map character Tony Stark. But we know that in our map we haven't defined Tony Stark. That's why we are getting an exception, runtime exception, no such element. So how to resolve this one? So Scala provides us the uh, util.Try or get or else. So if the element is present, then you will get the data. If not, get or else will get executed and its corresponding value will get printed. So if I try to print what's the corresponding value of Bruce Wayne, I'm just trying to print Batman not in Gotham City now. So let's see, will this work? And yes, we can say this works. So if you are trying to find a value in a map with the help of key, better go with util.Try. If it is not there, then catch block will get executed. See, it can be get the data if data exists with the help of util.Try. So let's execute this one. We are searching Diana Prince. So as we all know, we have already defined Diana Prince. And we can see we are getting that data. So we can conclude util.Try works very well with the finding of any key value pair in the map. So with this we conclude our lecture. Mm, so summarize, we have gone through uh, how can we define variables in Scala like this with the help of var or var, as if we want immutable data or mutable data. And we have also discussed that Scala can do variable type inference, so we don't need to provide its data type. Then we have gone through tuples, then we have moved through list, then we have gone through higher order functions like forEach, filter, map, reduce, fold, scan. After that, we have gone through methods. In that, we have concat to list, then reverse the list, then sort the list, distinct elements in the list. Then we have find max and min value in the list. Then we have checked the availability of item in the list. Then we have gone through map data structure. In that, we have discussed data will be stored in the form of key value pair. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. To support my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to receive my latest video, please click on bell icon. Thank you so much. I'm Ranvijay signing off. Thank you.